Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo, considered to be one of the best players to ever play football, has now been dismissed. He has been banished by Ten Hag. The United legend, the worldwide legend, is being denounced by United fans as we speak. This is because Ronaldo quite literally left the stadium. During our match against Tottenham, while we were winning 2-0, Ten Hag asked Ronaldo to warm up. But when the time came, Ten Hag sent Anthony Elanga instead. And this angered Ronaldo so much that he left the stadium with 5 minutes still left in the game, went in his car and drove home. Ronaldo has been benched for so long by Erik Ten Hag. He barely even starts, and even when he does, he doesn't make much of a difference. He's going through a horrible phase and has terrible confidence as of now. Yet what he did, that was unacceptable. What he did created a shockwave that spread throughout the globe, causing Twitter to burst with tweets on Ronaldo's behavior. What he did was absolutely disgraceful. We bought Ronaldo for playing, not for media drama. We already had enough media drama with the likes of Pogba. Now we don't need Ronaldo and his ego too. He used to be an amazing player back for us in 2006 to 2008. But now, he isn't anywhere near as good. He's a player, and no player is bigger than the club. The club is always bigger than the player. A player always has to abide by the rules. No matter what the status of the player, he is still a player in the eyes of the manager. He still has to abide by the rules set by the goddamn manager. Even if Erik Cantona, Roy Keane, Beckham, any United legend came back, even they would have to abide by the rules. If Maguire had done this, McTominay, Shaw, anyone else had done this, you would have slaughtered them on social media by now. Why is it Ronaldo gets special treatment? There are rules, and rules are for every player. Even the likes of Messi and Mbappe wouldn't dream of doing this, let alone do it. What Ronaldo did was entirely against the manager. It was entirely against Ten Hag. Ronaldo was so damn frustrated by his poor form and terrible confidence, and the fact that he was on the bench for majority of the reason. He lost his head. In a moment of madness, he lost it, completely lost it. He stood up and walked all the way to the tunnel, walked out of the stadium. Ronaldo has a lot of high standards that he sets for himself, and recently he hasn't been good. Ten Hag too, clearly, hasn't been giving him many chances. See, we all know Ronaldo has anger issues. We see him venting his frustrations on referees, sometimes even on our own players. He's not one to keep his emotions hidden. He felt slightly cheated because, see, he is desperate for goals. He's hungry, more like starving for game time and goals. And here, Ten Hag, he's asking him to, hey, Ronaldo, warm up, and then sit down. It's like Ten Hag is putting oil into the already existing fire of frustration in Ronaldo's mind. This year in June, Ronaldo made his feeling public. He no longer wanted to play for Man United. He said that in June. We begged him to stay. We did everything, left, right, center, to make sure that Ronaldo stays in our club. Also the fact that we demanded money for him and no club was willing to spend money on it. But the fact is, Ronaldo used to be an amazing player. And when you see the quality he had in him, one could set aside the massive ego like, okay, come on, he's an amazing player. There's a setback of the ego, but it's a minor setback. But now, his ego is just rising, and the quality is declining. He thinks he is above the club. He thinks he's doing a favor for the club by playing for us. This is completely wrong. He's a player, and as I've said before, the club is always bigger than the player, no matter who in the world it is. Ten Hag's reaction of banishing him and omitting from the squad for Chelsea was the right decision. We have finally got the right manager who can make all the hard calls and make sure that he can keep the damn egos in check. Within a few months of his arrival, we are playing moderately well. Our new signings have a passion that no one in the club ever expected. The Maguire problem is out. Soon the Ronaldo issue will be solved as well. See, if anyone ever acted like this with Sir Alex Ferguson, that person's contract would be terminated in hours. And now, I think Erik Ten Hag might be the new Sir Alex Ferguson. Ronaldo has ruined his legacy by coming to United. He's tainted it with failures of his second spell at United. This might be one of the last times you will see him in a Man United jersey, and for good reason. Unlike all the issues Tottenham had with Kane, that Bayern had with Lewandowski, all the issues they had, this issue cannot be resolved. The trust and respect between Ten Hag and Ronaldo is broken. The team is divided. He will either have his contract terminated soon or will be sold in the January transfer window. It's a sad situation to see that our legend has fallen so low, but he must be held accountable and see the consequences of his madness of inaction. That's all I have for you today. Make sure you subscribe and comment below your opinion on the Ronaldo situation. Glory, glory, Man United!